I'm the world's great.
Let's look at making your dream work. How do you make your dream work? Now, I don't have time to talk about dreams. We've spoken about dreams over and over again. Dream is a drive that actually ends you in a fulfilled zone. Now, dream is what actually leads you to fulfillment, self-fulfillment. Now, if you don't have a dream, you don't have a vision, you don't have a goal, you have not set anything for yourself to do, then you don't have a dream. For you to have a dream is to have a place where you want to be. Now, how do you make that dream work? Now, I'm going to give you 5 points on how to make your dream work, and it has always worked for everybody that follow these 5 steps. Now, if you follow them as well, I promise you it will make your dream work. There is actually no dream on earth that is impossible. Every dream is possible. The only difference between little men and big short personality is the dream that they have come to believe in. So you have to make your dream work. If you are going to step out of where you are into a better level, into a new level, you got to know how to make your dream work. Number 1, how to make your dream work is what I call decide. You need to decide. Now, a man that is standing on the wall, a man that is not up standing on a fixed place has not decided yet. He doesn't even have a dream yet. You have to decide for one dream. Decide for one dream. That is how to make it work. I cannot have like 100 dreams at the same time. And you don't know what the bad news is? You cannot even have 2 dreams at the same time. It is called division. A man with one vision is a man with a dream. It's a man that has decided for something. You need to decide for something. I don't need to tell you. You've heard it over and over again that every man that is successful out there is a one-thing man. Bill Gates is a one-thing man. Buffett Warren is a one-thing man. Name all of them. Richard Branson, a one-thing man. All of them are one-thing man. When you talk about wisdom, you talk about Mike Murdoch. You talk about software, you remember Microsoft, you remember Bill Gates. That is how it goes. That's how the list goes. So you have to decide for one thing. Number 2 is that you have to get a map. Now, you cannot tell me you are going to a place and you don't have a map for the place. You might eventually get there, but you get there in pains, in trouble, or you might even get lost. But if you have a map, you are sure of where you are going to because you have a map. I've heard a man say several times, he said, if we are not where we are, I would have been surprised. And he put it the other way. He said, I am not surprised we are where we are. Now, at the first I heard him say that, I was angry. I was pissed. I said, this man is too proud. But later in life, I get to discover where the man is coming from. This man has a map. He knew where he was going before he even started. So you need to get a map. Now, I want to be the best scientist in Africa. Let's say biological scientist. What do you do? What is a map? You need a map. You need a map. You need to know exactly where you are going. You need to know at least a little of the process of how to get there. That is what you need. See, if you decide for a dream, get a map. Number 3, I don't want to waste your time at all. Number 3 is that you need to live with the end in view. Bible said about God that he sees the end from the beginning. That is what powers the dream. Dream doesn't just happen. People make them happen. Dream doesn't just happen. Now, when it comes to dream, there are lots and lots of challenges. The only way you can hold on to your dream in the midst of challenges, in the center of a storm, the only way you can hold on to your dream is when you live with the end in view. Now, if I know what I'm going to benefit at the end of my dream, I will hold on to my dream. All great people know this. They think of their dream. They imagine their dream. They try to see the end from where they are. It is all about imagination, imagination, imagination. Try to play the end of a game now. Know it, you are going to win. That is how to stay when you are in difficult time. That is how to remain in the pit. That is how to know that the last knockout blow will come from you, because you have to live with rejoicing in your head. I learned about the fight between Muhammad Ali and one of those great boxers he fought. The great boxer was the one that takes punches anyhow. He takes punches with his head, he takes punches with his every part of his body. He take your punches. But he has a strategy. He's looking for just one punch to knock you out. He fought with Muhammad Ali one time, and the man said what kept him on the ring with the champ was one thing. He was seeing the bank that he was going to pull out the money from. He was seeing himself as rich. Unfortunately, this man didn't win the fight, but he was the only man that almost knocked out Muhammad Ali at the 9th round. Because Muhammad Ali went down, everybody thought it was over. But Muhammad Ali, being a champ that he was, himself was not seeing the back. He was seeing people praising him in his mindset. He was seeing everybody telling him, you are the champ. Now, this is different between living with the end in view and actually living with selfishness in view. This man, the reason why he wanted to be a champ was for the money. The reason why Muhammad Ali wanted to be a champ is for championship. Now, this is different. Now, if you got a map, you have to live with the end in view. Don't tell me the end of your dream is material things. Another thing can take the place of your dream because something else can bring the material thing. You have to get the end in view, what you hope to achieve at the end of the day, and the feeling is going to give to you, not the cars, not the houses you will get at the end of the day. So don't be like that man who got knocked out by Muhammad Ali because he was thinking of the bank. He said at the 9th round, when he punched Muhammad Ali and the man went down, it looked like a knockout punch. He looked at the bright-eyed man beside him and he said to the man, he said, go get the car keys, we are going to the bank. His mindset was the bank. Muhammad Ali, one of the champs. Now, this is the difference between the two men. Muhammad Ali would have died in that ring that day with the hope that he wanted to be champ. He would have never given up. But this man, one good punch that will allow him to see blink stuff will make him to raise up his hand and put up the flag, because that stuff represents his bank. It is there he can get to the bank. But the other man doesn't want the money. He wants the championship. He wants to be. It doesn't matter whether he was going to die doing it, but he wants to end up as the champ. See, the 3-point with Ando: decide, get a map, and leave with the end in view. When a man runs with this 3 points, you are already on your way to achieving your dream. And the 4th one is leverage the wisdom of others. Now, this is where almost all African people who dream are ruled out. None of us believe in mentorship. Now, we cannot actually achieve much without mentorship. There is a place you're going to get to in your dream that your map, that the one you've drawn becomes blank, that the map you've drawn becomes unachievable. Why? Because you don't have a mentor. There is nobody that is actually supplying you with wisdom. If someone has been there before you, you need to leverage that person's wisdom. And finally, you need to walk and never quit. Every champion knows that they need to walk and never to quit. Now, if you will achieve your dream, you need to walk and never quit. Now, if you have the number 4 behind you, a mentor who supply you with wisdom, you will be empowered constantly. You will get that natural booster from that mentor. And if eventually you have that imagination, that living picture in your head of the end in view, I'm telling you, you will be impossible to defeat. Believe me, you will be impossible to defeat. Determination will climb on your inside. Why? Because you have the end picture in a view. And eventually, if you have a good map, you will not be afraid of the storm. And if you've decided, nothing can take away what you have imagined to get. God bless you. Next time I see you, you will be on top of your dream. Picture.
I can feel it. I'm the world's greatest.